What is up, guys? Renegade Game Boy here, and welcome back to more Doki Doki Literature Club. In the last episode, we figured out we're all gonna have to perform on stage at a festival, which is actually something I'm cool with, but I don't think anyone else is. So let's keep going. Yuri, what have you got to say, boo? You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club, now picking up piano? Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. I remember that the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you. And I'm super happy that you're all willing to help out for the festival, too. I can't wait for the festival. It's gonna be great. Hey, Natsuki-kun. Eh? Weren't you complaining about it just yesterday, Natsuki? Well, yeah. I'm not talking about our part of the festival, but it's a whole day of school where we get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food. That sounds like my favorite type of school day. Sound a bit like Sayori all of a sudden. Monika, do they usually have fried squid? Squid? It's a pretty specific thing to look forward to. Oh, come on. You saying you don't like squid? I love squid. I love like seafood is my favorite food. Like, seafood is my favorite variety of food. You of all people? I didn't say I don't like it. Besides, what do you mean by you of all people? Because it's right in your name. Monika. It's not how you say my name at all. So the joke makes no sense in translation. Was that a fourth wall break? So, okay, Monika is my favorite character. Yuri is my favorite waifu and character. I think that was a pun on the Japanese word for squid. Don't quote me on that. I don't speak Japanese, but I think that's what that was. That's awesome. Let's just focus on our own event for now, okay? Fine. Your reactions aren't as fun as Yuri or Sayori's anyway. Excuse me. Where is Sayori anyway? Oh, there you are. Sayori is sitting at the desk in the corner room, looking down at nothing. I walk over to her. Hey, Sayori. I wave my hand in front of her face. You're spacing out again. Sorry. Don't mind me. You can go talk to everyone else. Huh? Sayori, are you okay? Is everything alright? Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. Of course. And now I know something's up. Why wouldn't it be? This feels like you're a little off. Sorry for assuming things. Jeez, you worry too much about me. I'm fine, see? Sayori shows me a big smile. Don't let me distract you from having fun with everyone. Well, alright, if you say so. I worriedly glance at Sayori before turning back to everyone else. The conversations have already dispersed, and everyone's back at their usual activities. Maybe I should ask Monika if she's noticed anything about Sayori recently. Since they've been preparing for the festival, they must be spending a lot of time together. I timidly approach Monika, who's shuffling through some papers at her desk. Russ, what's up? Hey, this might sound a little strange, but have you noticed anything up with Sayori recently? Anything up with her? In what way do you mean? Maybe I'm reading into this a little too much, but she seems a bit downcast today. Oh, you think so? I can't say I've noticed anything about her. Monika peers around the room at Sayori, who is idly digging a rubber eraser down at her desk. Maybe there is something on her mind. I'm not surprised. But I'm surprised I'm not the only one asking you, Russ. You certainly know her a lot better than I do. Yeah, she's never really like this. She's always talked to me about things before that bothered her. But this time, when I asked her, she was really dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem. I just wanted to ask if you knew anything, so I'll drop it now. No. It's important to me too. I mean, I'm also friends with her. I also care about the well-being of my club members, you know? Maybe I'll try talking to her myself. Are you sure about that? She seemed like she wanted to be left alone. Are you sure? Maybe she just had a hard time bringing it up with the person of interest. Person of interest? What do you mean by that? I'm saying that maybe the thing on her mind is you, Russ. That's what I was thinking. I'm thinking she knows we're going after Yuri, or we like Yuri, and she's upset because we like her. Maybe it'd be a smart move to make my poem something Sayori would like this time. Me? How on earth would you come to that conclusion? Well, probably shouldn't say it too much, but Sayori talks about you more than anything else, you know? Huh? She's been so much happier ever since you joined the club. Like an extra light was turned on inside her. Huh? No way. Sayori is always like that. He's always been full of sunshine. Not any different now than it always has been. You're so funny, Russ. No, I'm not. Have you ever thought that maybe you've always seen her as so cheerful? Because this is how she is when she's around you? Oh. I said too much. Sorry. What do I know anyway? Seemingly information about the outside world. Because you tell me to save my game. Don't mean to jump to conclusions, but you should just forget about what I said. I'll try and talk to her, so try not to think about it for now. Alright. Monika smiles meaningfully. I know she said to forget about it, but I already know that I won't be able to get her words out of my head. Monika stands up in front of her desk and walks across the room to where Sayori is sitting. Her kneel down next to Sayori and gently talk to her. She's keeping her voice quiet so that I can't hear her from here. I sigh and sit myself down. I know Sayori told me not to worry about her, and to have fun with everyone else. That's impossible to do when she's behaving like this. Exactly how much do I care about her? And that I'm letting this weigh me down so much. Now it feels like I'm the one behaving out of the ordinary. There's nothing I can do besides wait for Monika. Why does it feel like I'm being watched? I glance around the room. Suddenly, I notice YURI peering at me from over her book. She looks away just as quickly with a flustered look on her face. I realize that she won't get anywhere like this. Excuse me. I've never really seen YURI approach anyone or start a conversation on her own accord. So, I have no choice but to approach her myself. Now, it's a little easier. By now, it's a little easier for me to do that. I stand up from my desk and sit in the one next to her on. ... I didn't mean to bother you or anything. Relax. You didn't even do anything. But I can tell that you wanted to be alone with your thoughts. Alone with my thoughts? How were you able to tell what I was thinking like that? Well, it's something that I do a lot. So it wasn't hard for me to spot based on your posture and expression. Not that I was staring or anything. I didn't do anything creepy like that. In that case, I guess you were right. I'm sorry if I caused you any concern. Don't apologize. Your troubles are the only concern of those who willingly share that concern. Of course, there are certainly those who find the most comfort in keeping to themselves. If you prefer to share what's on your mind, then I would be glad to listen. Oh, I can right click and take away the HUD. That's cool. I didn't know that. I actually genuinely didn't know that. That's kind of cool. It's really not that big of a deal. I was just feeling a bit uneasy about Sayori. Sayori? Yeah, she seems a little off today, but when I asked her about it, she didn't want to admit it to me. So I can't help but wonder if something happened to her. Oh? It's quite romantic. Eh? Sorry, you're doing the no eye blushy thing again. I like that. I didn't mean to say something stupid. It's not that. I just don't want you to misunderstand. Sayori and I have been friends for a long time, that's all. Ah, I see. And perhaps it's unusual for her to be dismissive to you about her feelings. Maybe I'm just reading into it a little too much. Russ, the world is full of meaning, often deep beneath plain sight. And there are many untold mysteries behind every person, no matter how well you may know them. Huh. So you think there might be something behind it after all? I think that Sayori is a very complex person. Her mannerisms on the outside don't always match what may be going on inside her head. She may not have always known what she wants. I notice her strange behavior today, too. I also feel some concern for her. But in your case, it looked like she was fully occupying your thoughts, wasn't she? Well, I guess that was the case. Sayori really means a lot to you, doesn't she? I guess. You don't need to put it that way. We're just good friends, that's all. Dot dot dot. Yuri suddenly looks deeply into my eyes. Her expression is gentle and curious, as if she was searching for something. Embarrassed, I avert my gaze. Sometimes, a person's mysteries are untold, even to themselves. And you, as someone honest and caring, may uncover feelings you weren't aware were in you. That is, I think that she'd be a very fortunate person to have you feel that way about her. Yuri, you're giving me too much credit. I'm a pretty simple dude, so I think I'm pretty good at understanding my own feelings. I'm not nearly as sophisticated as you. That's not a compliment, is it? It is what it is. Anyway, as long as we're here, why don't we do some reading? Well, as long as you're okay with it. Yeah. I should be taking my mind off this whole thing anyway. Why don't we go ahead and get started? Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Please do. Thanks very much. There's one thing I can make reading time here any better. It's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow her and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this in the teacher's desk, then we'll get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks. I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. Yeah, why not? Shall we go then? Yeah. Where are you two off to? Eh? Yuri is going to make some tea, so I suddenly realized how weird it sounds to explain this to Monika. We're just filling the water pitcher. Ah, okay. Sorry, I was just a bit curious. It's kind of one-person job, isn't it? That's... Monika, please mind your own business for once. Oh, Jesus. Or do you want to tell me there's something wrong with helping involve Russ in club activities? Eh? My mouth gapes. I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. And let's go, Russ. Yuri quickly exits the room, and I follow. Okay, we saw another side of Yuri there. That's interesting. Once in the hallway, Yuri suddenly puts her forehead against the wall. I spoke without thinking. It kind of actually does look like her forehead's against the wall, if you squint. How could I say something like that? Yuri, something about the way she said that made me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me? No, Yuri. I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but it's also not right for Monika to judge people like that. Russ, how come even when I do something bad, you're being nice to me? Because nothing that you do is as bad as you make it seem as it is in your head. Nobody's perfect. We have emotions. We can't always hide them. But you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns on a light. Turns a light rain shower into a hurricane. Now, wouldn't you hate me for something as terrible as that? Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. What kind of friend would do that? Friend, you say? Yuri lifts her head. Russ, I really like being friends with you.
Hey! You two should kiss!
Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you too. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that. But I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway, yeah. Shall we go? Yeah. Yuri and I walk to the nearest water fountain. Once we fill up the water pitcher, we return to the classroom. Russ, do you like oolong tea? I'm more of a fan of Earl Grey, but sure. Yeah, anything is fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature in the kettle to 200 degrees. Now, time to go get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others. Even I'm not an expert on tea or anything. In that case, you'll be even more impressed. Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show. And you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking. And I decided that I would try expressing myself a little bit more. Turns out it's not very hard for me to do. When it's around. When it's you who's around, anyway. Ah, that's great, Yuri. Don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, Russ. It's very endearing. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Russ, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Eh? Why's that? It's a little easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Ah, sorry, didn't realize. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I tried my best to manage it. Is that so? Wonder why that is. It's most likely because my, oh god, I just realized what she was talking about. You don't need to say it. Your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading. Yes, have terrible reading posture. So that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and fetch the book. I retrieve the book from my bag. I have some chocolate as well. A small bag of chocolate candy is like hidden from Sayori's candy radar. I take it since it'll go well with the tea. I wonder if chocolate would go well with tea. I usually just like kind of sip tea with nothing, but I'll try that next time. Yuri and I sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. ... Yuri slides a little closer till our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri is always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hands that's not holding my book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I need to making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears an intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. Use all my willpower to focus on reading. ... It's not working! After a few minutes, I finally managed to relax a little. Put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay. I won't take any. Huh? Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then I might get smudges on the pages. You're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Oh god, she's cute. Hold on. Yeah, that's cute. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so I don't have any harder of a time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. She's gonna get hurt in the tea, isn't it? It's gonna imply that she's gonna touch his gulags, but it's gonna be hurt in the tea, isn't it? I guarantee that's what's gonna happen. I guarantee that's what's gonna happen. Ha! Good one, me. I'm so stupid. Well, in that case, Yuri's already totally focused on reading again. Take your chocolate candy and pop it in my mouth. Then, I take another chocolate and hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Oh god, that's so cute! Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Eh? Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me. She needs to confirm what just happened. Russ? Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. Well, you were just helping. That's something that friends do, right? I mean, not really in this kind of context, but yeah. That's all it was. Yeah. Then you don't need to stop or anything. I see. The situation has gotten really tense. Yuri tries to return the book, but I can tell by expression that she can't focus now. My heart is pounding. Nervously, I take another chocolate between my fingers. This time, Yuri's eyes meet mine. ... How did it even come to this? Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. I noticed her chest rising and falling to the rhythm of her breasts. To the rhythm of her breaths. I am sorry. I'm editing this out, but I can't speak. I raise my arm. Like before, Yuri parts her lips, but it's different this time. Take the chocolate and place it in her mouth. I feel the hot breath on my fingers. Okay, I knew it. I knew one of those things was gonna happen. I thought it was gonna be Natsuki, though. What? Yuri jolts back. It's time to share poems. Russ, you can help Yuri put away the tea stuff, right? Yeah, of course. Okay, thanks. The spell is abruptly broken. I'll take care of the cups. Yeah. Yuri picks up the teacups from the floor. I pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up without much of a word between us. I get the feeling it's something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. Okay, let's see. Let's go with Monica first, because she'll tell us who we like more. Hi, Ross. Have you thought about what to submit to perform at the festival? Well, being this club is one thing, but performing in front of a bunch of people, I'll have to give it some more thought. Okay, no pressure. So whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great for you. It'll turn out great. It would also make me happy to see. Anyway, let's take a look at today's poem. Sure. I'll let Monica take the poem I'm holding in my hands. This one's good. It feels like you're not only getting more comfortable with your style, but the imagery is better than the last one I read. Just wondering, but have you been finding inspiration in Yuri's writing style? I guess so. Can't really deny that she's talented. Yeah, totally. I think her poems are the most romantic. That's the best way to describe it. She's a totally different person when she picks up a pen. I noticed that too. When she's talking about literature, it's like a light turns on inside her. Sadly, it's hard to get much personal conversation out of her. Trust me, I've tried. Who knows what goes on inside that head of hers? I hope you don't mean that in a bad way. No, of course not. I just mean that I wish she didn't keep to herself so much. But she still, defending her like that, you must be pretty into her. Eh? You completely misunderstood. Calm down, I'm kidding. No, you're not. Besides, I'm pretty sure she already has a boyfriend. Wait, really? Yeah, a fictional one anyway. Monica kind of whispers that last part to me. Just a hunch, but... oh, there's not really anything wrong with that. Oh well, I know. I know what it's like to have fictional girlfriends. Anyway. I was just saying. Anyway. I'll share my poem with you now, alright? Alright. A lady who knows everything. An old tale tells of a lady who wanders earth. The lady who knows everything. A beautiful lady who has found every answer, all meaning, all purpose, and all that was ever sought. Here I am, a feather, lost adrift the sky, victim of the currents of the wind. One day, day after day, I search. I search with little hope, knowing legends don't exist. When all else has failed me, when all the others have turned away, the legend that is all that remains. The last dim star glimmering in the twilit sky. Till one day, the wind ceases to blow. I fall, and I fall, and I fall even more, gentle as a feather, and a dry quill, but expressionless. But a hand catches me between the thumb and the forefinger. A hand of a beautiful lady. I look in her eyes to find no end to her gaze. The lady who knows everything knows what I am thinking. Before I can speak, she responds in a hollow voice. I have found every answer, all of which amount to nothing. There is no meaning. There is no purpose. And we seek only the impossible. I am not your legend. Your legend does not exist. And with a breath, she blows me back aloft, and I pick up a gust of wind. Wow. Thought-provoking. You know, I feel like you're leading, learning, and looking for answers and all sorts of things that give life meaning. Not to get too philosophical or anything, but it was kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about. I see. Never really put much thought into it. Anyway, in a way, it's almost paradoxical, Because if we had all the answers, wouldn't the world start to lose its meaning? You know, there's one thing I noticed. It seems like everyone in the club prefers writing about things that are more sad than happy. Are you surprised? I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we? A Discord notification just came up and it scared me. I'm sorry. Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures. I think you'd know that better than anyone. You mean one-dimensional? Yeah, that. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip for the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writings because you're afraid it's not that good? It can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put so much into. But if you find the other people who enjoy the writing, then sharing becomes a lot easier. Because instead of just telling you that your writing is good, or okay, or bad, I want to focus more on everything that went into it, and the thing that you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way. It'll make you want to continue improving. It's almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think? That's my advice for the day. Thanks for listening. Alright, and before we show our poem to the other three waifus, I'm gonna leave this episode off here. I am all out of time. So, yeah, that's what we're gonna do next time. So, thank you guys so much for watching the video till the end. If you liked it, please leave a like down below to let me know. As always, my name is Renegade Game Boy. You guys have a good one.